Then from the 4th of February until the 1st of May, it was very constant, it was very rapid, the movement out of here. The groups would cross, they crossed here, they crossed at Fort Madison, they also crossed at Keotuk. They would cross, be organized, and one of the leaders would take them and go west. So that by the 1st of May, there were not too many people left here. In fact, on the 1st of May, the last of the leaders that was here dedicated the temple and locked it. It was never used as a temple after that. By the 1st of September, there were less than 1,000 people left here in Nauvoo, 1,000 Mormons. Many of those were the very old, the sick and disabled, and some that were so destitute that they couldn't help themselves. It had been planned that they would come back and get those that wanted to leave as soon as the base camps were ready, so that they could take care of them. But in this instance, it didn't work, because in the middle of September, there was a mob came here after them. This mob was the same as the others, because it had the same leaders, it had the same objectives. But it was also different because most of them were just thieves and looters. They wanted what they could cart off, and they didn't really care how they did it, what they had to do to do it. At the same time, there was two other groups of people here in Nauvoo. One was a 10-man detachment of the Illinois militia that had been sent here to try to keep the peace when the mob started to grow. The other was a group of non-Mormons, and I don't know how large, but it was quite large. They had came in here earlier and had bought the homes from the ones that had left earlier on in the year. When the mob came, then the militia put the two groups together to try to protect the city. There were about 300 of the mob, or of the defenders, about 1,000 of the mob. They fought for 3 days up on the hill where the Catholic buildings are now. In Illinois history, it's known as the Mormon War, and there was people killed and wounded on both sides. At the end of those 3 days, the Mormons gave up and said they would leave. So they were taking